Hello, hello. I am late coming on here. Oh my goodness. So this is actually perfect for do your beliefs create your reality. I'm sitting outside because we are in a new house and everything is just I'm not we're in a new house. Anyway, um so I was on here late. We've moved here from Facebook. We've moved from Facebook to here to begin building this channel, to begin doing my Facebook lives here on Tuesdays. And I tell you, here's where your beliefs. So we're going to be talking about your beliefs. How do your beliefs create your reality? And this is a prime example. So I was going live on Tuesdays, every Tuesday for the Spiritual Warrior Live in Facebook. We were constantly having breakdown, constantly like this is not working. So we're going to move over to YouTube. I'm actually going to move out into the sun so you can see me better. And I have so many beliefs, so many stories around technology. Um, it actually drives me insane. And I turn into like a little 2-year-old. I'm like, it's not working. Nothing's working. This is so stupid. I hate this. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, literally, I do. And I create all of this breakdown. And so here I am, ready to go live, and I create all this breakdown in YouTube that it's supposed to be super easy, right? But my belief, this is the topic we're talking about today, is my belief is that technology is hard. I don't understand it. It's driving me crazy. It's the end of our the beginning of our end, blah, blah, blah. So I create and think all this stuff, and then I create all this breakdown. So I'm going to sit here and do this. And I literally, so here's a prime example. Do your beliefs create your reality? Hell yeah, they create your reality. Technology drives me crazy. I go into like a complete breakdown emotionally. Inside, I yell like a 2-year-old, it's not working. And then I literally create this. And then I add drama by being late. So this is why I'm late, because I created all this drama and I have all these beliefs that technology doesn't work. And moving from Facebook to YouTube is like this big jump, it's this big leap, and I have all of these stories around it, right? So, with that being said, those of you that have been watching me live on Facebook every Tuesday, we are going to be here now every Tuesday, and I'm going to be building this channel up to bring more awareness to what it means to be a spiritual warrior. So, please subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me just to add more subscribers. This is a brand new channel. We've just started doing this. All right, so take 2 seconds to please subscribe. Please, pretty please. So let's talk about your belief. Do your beliefs create your reality? They 100% do. 100% do. My little dog wants out so bad so she can chase lizards. But she can't come out here because there's so many coyotes. They're constantly killing things. And that's another thing. My husband's constantly telling me, Beth, you have this belief that she's going to get hurt or something bad's going to happen to her because there's so many wild animals out here. So am I creating that? Am I perpetuating that? I hope not. So I have to really watch my thoughts of like, she's safe, she's safe, she's safe, she's safe. But she can't come out because I won't be able to watch her. So let's break it down. If you woke up every morning, let's just do this example. If you woke up every morning and your belief was today is going to be a terrible day. Every day you woke up and that was your belief. Guess what would happen? The day would be terrible every day. Let's say you woke up every day and you thought to yourself, today is going to be the best day of my life. Guess what? It may not be the best day of your life, but it will feel really, really good. And you would create the best day of your life every single day by just feeling good, by just following your beliefs. Now, I am a recovering worry addict. I can still go into worry. And I used to think worry, this was my belief, that worry kept me safe because I had so much trauma as a kid, like massive amounts of trauma, loss, abuse, I lived with multiple homes. I lost both of my parents before I was 5 years old. So I created this like deep relationship with worry. And I created this game in my head as a very little kid that if I worried about something enough, that it wouldn't happen. If I worried about something enough, it wouldn't happen. Now, what was I doing? All I was doing was one, creating a lot of anxiety inside of myself. And two, I was putting energy on the thing that I didn't want to happen. And it took me a really long time to see that my worry, which were my beliefs, were creating my reality, which shut me down energetically, psychically, spiritually, held me back. Now, I'm not saying I don't worry today because I still have the codes of worry in my being, but they're a lot less. And I catch them a lot sooner because I've learned that at the very basis, whatever you put your energy into is what you're going to create. And it is a fact. And I talk to people all the time, and I hear people say all the time, it's hard. Life is hard. It is scary. It is this. It is that. And it's just like calling people forward on their languaging. The more you think that, the more it's going to be, I have no money. I have no money. I have no money. I have no money. If you're in a story like that, you're going to continue to have no money. If you believe that the world is not safe, the world is not going to feel safe. If you believe the world is safe, you're going to tap into a frequency of safety a lot more often than you're not going to tap into a frequency of safety. Your thoughts are very, very, very powerful. And in shamanism and in hypnosis, what we do is we follow the thoughts. We also follow what's going on in the body as well, but we can follow the thoughts. If you have a thought, a looping thought, again and again and again, you are going to manifest and step into the vibration of that thought. My husband doesn't like me. My husband doesn't like me. Let's say you're thinking that. My wife doesn't like me. Guess what's going to happen? You're sending out those waves. You're sending that out to him, to her, and into the universe. And that is exactly what you're going to create. And you see it so much with poverty consciousness. And I know that it is really hard because I am still coming out of poverty consciousness and creating a new relationship with money because I grew up very poor. My dad killed himself. And when he killed himself, he was working at a slaughterhouse. He didn't do it in the slaughterhouse, but that was his job. Like think about that. He was in a slaughterhouse. That's what he did for work. That was the level of poverty that I was in as a kid. Trailer parks, all of it. And, like living in homes where the lights would get shut off. You'd be like, what happened? Well, we weren't able to pay our bill. And I had like one pair of underwear when I was 16 for months. Like that's the level of poverty I lived in. And so it really, and my grandmother was very wealthy and wouldn't help us all at all. So I had a lot of stories around wealthy people being wrong, wealthy people being selfish, wealthy people being misers. I had all these stories. Wealthy people are toxic, and that none of that's true. It was true for my grandmother. It was true for my family, but it wasn't true for the world. And so it's taken me a long time to come out of that poverty consciousness, and I'm still in it. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, but when we believe those things, money is evil, I'm always going to be stuck, I'm always going to be on welfare, I'm always going to have Social Security, I'm always poor, and never willing to move our mindset out of that, you're going to stay stuck in it. I absolutely promise you. But if you begin, and it's that old trick of like law of attraction, you can't think your way out of it too. I mean, you do need to watch your thoughts, and then thoughts backed up by action create even more power. But start with your thoughts. Let's just continue with the thought of poverty consciousness. The poverty consciousness is a matrix programming to keep you down. It is literally designed that way. And that is getting more and more. We're seeing more of a split of the wealthy and the poor, the extreme wealthy and the poor. We're seeing more and more of a split of that. I went to go buy plane tickets yesterday. Blows my mind how expensive they are. No, like a middle class, normal, quote unquote, day-to-day person, we can't afford $1,000 ticket. That of a 2 I mean, we can listen to my languaging. I choose not to afford $1,000 ticket for a 2-hour plane ride. Very big difference, but we're like in the languaging, but I went right there, so I had to catch myself. Can't afford it. I choose not to afford that. I choose not to play that game. But the matrix programming of the poverty consciousness or any kind of thing that creates your beliefs to hold you back, hold you down, or think that the world is super messed up is literally designed to keep you down. And this is not about putting your head in the sand. This is about watching your thoughts. Which frequency do you want to plug into every day? Do you want to plug into a frequency of negativity, or do you want to plug into the frequency of power, light, spiritual warrior energy, possibility? And it takes, they say, 28 to 30 days to untrain your thoughts. Let's say you have a thought, I'm a worthless, I'm worthless, I'm worthless, I'm worthless, I'm worthless, I'm worthless. That's your habit, right? Let's say that's your habit. I don't have any money, I don't have any money, I don't have any money, and that's your habit to go there. You consciously takes, just like rehab, 30 days to undo those thoughts. And you have to watch it. You have to practice it. Gratitude is medicine, 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 medicine. I don't have any money. I am so grateful for all that I have. I have a roof over my head, clean water to drink. You start to shift it, start to watch it. Your beliefs absolutely create your reality. If you think about, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, like sectors of religion, religious sects, right? You got Jewish, you got Muslim, we have Buddhist, Catholicism, Hinduism. They're all over the spectrum, right? I wanted to do this show for a really long time. I had this idea for like, oh, but to be such a cool Netflix show, was to go around and interview people in the last days of their life, like on their deathbed. And someone who has Muslim faith, someone Buddhist faith, an atheist, a Catholic, someone who's deeply spiritual in the woo-woo, so to speak, and interview them on where they are in the death process. What do they think is going to happen after they die? So the atheist, agnostic, I forget which one, the one that doesn't believe that there's anything after. It'd be so interesting with their belief system as they're on their deathbed. What do they believe is going to happen? And how is that creating their emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual well-being right before they go in, before they leave this planet? And someone who's Catholic, who may be extreme Catholic and like shame and lots of shame of how they lived their life and did they sin and all that, what kind of consciousness were they going to be in right before they die? Their beliefs are going to create their reality right before they pass on. And the same as Muslims, same with Buddhists. Buddhists like, I'm going to go on and create the next life, right? I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm going to go through the planes. So our beliefs absolutely create our reality. And it's not just our beliefs, like if we're worthless, if we're good enough, if we're smart enough, if the world is safe, if the world is not as safe. They say we decide from 0 to 6 months old. We decide right then and there if we can trust people in the world or if we don't trust the world, depending on how our needs were met as an infant. If someone paid attention to you crying, if someone paid attention, picked you up, loved you, held you, then you begin to say, I can trust the world. But if someone ignored you, didn't pay attention to your needs, maybe your mom had postpartum depression, maybe they were fighting and they just let you cry it out, who knows? You decide very early, am I going to trust the world or not trust the world? And if people are not paying attention to your needs as an infant, you decide very early not to trust. And those systems and those beliefs can carry on, and we want to shift it because that's not going to serve you. So watch your beliefs, maybe write them out. What are my beliefs? Where do these come from? Are these beliefs serving me? And if not, what beliefs do I want to create so that I can step into the life I want to create? All right, it's getting really hot and this is going to start to freak out in a minute. All right, my name is Beth. Osmer, and I'm on here live every Tuesday with a different topic, and I'll also be going live every day this week randomly, don't know the time, just to get used to YouTube, and I will see you on the next video.